so much for giving up some time on a Saturday morning. I know it's a bit early at the start, so we really appreciate you coming along to look and learn about Country Crisp.
We use it quite a bit back at the mill to kind of make up different recipes and stuff that we put on our website. We have different recipes on packs over the years as well. So I mean, some of the things that we've made, we've done things like eat and mess with Country Crisping, which tastes absolutely fantastic. We've used the honey variant to do brilliant honey cheesecake. We've used it in cookies, in muffins, and we've got one of the cake recipes today, which is pear and chocolate chip, and it kind of has Country Crisp as sort of the crumbly topping, and it's absolutely fantastic. So the guys here have kindly weighed out all your ingredients, so you don't have to do any of that, so it should be quite straightforward. So we're going to get stuck in.
Just a little bit about Jordan's. I mean, I don't know much about blogging. I know a little bit about food, and I was sort of trained as a flour miller, strangely. And my sort of early days when sort of got back to the mill after a few years travelling was a pair of eyebrow tweezers picking apart mueslis and things like that, because one of the first products we did was a range of mueslis which didn't have sugar in, so that was sort of quite fun to do. And then we got involved more on toasting of cereals, granolas as they call them in the US, and more recently kind of things like the Country Crisp, which are lighter, and the good news because people don't have to get up 10 minutes early to get their breakfast. They're lighter and more flavours and tastes and things. We manufacture the stuff just up the road in Bedfordshire. All of the grain is grown by British farmers. It's all grown to conservation grade, which is a particular sort of interest of mine. I just think in the food industry, and I'm wandering off the script a bit, we can make a huge difference to what's happening to the environment by how we get stuff grown.
But basically, we used a dark chocolate, because with your milk chocolate or white chocolate, you've got a real sweetness behind it. It's because you've got that bitter note again, and you've got the vanilla from that. Vanilla in the base really picks out the vanilla in the chocolate, and the bitterness really complements the sweetness. And the reason that we use a curled version rather than the chunk is again just to get that overall texture right. Because you find if you've got chunks of chocolate, really when you get them, you really notice them, because you're crunching through this lovely crisp base, and then suddenly you come across a hard, almost lump of chocolate. So it is quite hard work, whereas by doing it in a curl, it almost sort of melts away as you eat it. So it makes it a lot better. One of the new ingredients that we brought in recently, these fantastic Brazil chunks. We used to have the product, we just used to have Brazil slices, which were fantastic in terms of the flavour delivery. But in terms of texture, they're quite similar to the flipped almonds. They've got that sort of real creaminess because they're quite a thin slice. We wanted something a little bit more body to add a bit of sort of crunch in there as well. So we came across these guys and thought, fantastic, let's pop those in there as well. And although they look quite big and quite difficult, they actually break up really easily as you're eating your way through them. And then we popped some pecans on top as well. Now, we didn't actually put those into the base because they're quite soft in terms of texture. We wanted to keep the base quite crisp still, and even hazelnuts are quite a crunchy sort of bite. So these are just popped in as an addition in there. And these work really well with the Brazil pieces because they have a similar sort of powdery soft texture. So you've got almost the big chunks there and then the smaller pieces. And then the two flavours complement each other really well. And then the honey product is just custards. We haven't actually got any additions in there. And we wanted that really for people that don't necessarily want inclusions in there, because there are customers out there that say to us, can't you just make a plain one? I don't like freeze-dried fruit, or I don't like raisins, so what can you do? And we also wanted to make a product that would be a bit more for the family as well, so children in particular are very fussy about their foods and don't necessarily like the kind of freeze-dried strawberries. So we did that one, which has got a nice balance of sweetness, and with it being honey, it's got that real kind of brown sugar type flavour to it, the real brown flavours, and that just makes it quite nice and balanced and even. So instead of being really, really sweet, you've kind of got the sweetness, but you've got some flavour in there as well. Instead, we had to do some work on the size. Yeah.